Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Copewell podcast. Today, I wanted to share something that can change your entire day and really just takes less than 3 minutes. I wanted to set you up for some calm and success for your whole day. I've heard that how you start your morning can really predict how your whole day goes. And if you tend to wake up rushed or stressed or already feeling dysregulated, you might be fighting an uphill battle for the rest of your day. So, starting your day with gratitude, with grounding, some of these things that I'm going to give you today can really help you. I believe they've really helped me, and they're based in mindfulness. These are the tools that I use. They're also rooted in dialectical behavior therapy, and hopefully, I'll be able to explain it well enough so that you can weave it into a routine and make it maybe a habit that will stick, regardless of what your day looks like and what you're doing throughout the day. So, the first tip is starting your day with gratitude. When I first wake up, really, I think it's become a habit, and maybe my subconscious mind has just been trained enough to do this. I wake up with so much gratitude now. Most days, I'm not perfect every day, but I'm grateful that I can see. I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful that my limbs can move. I'm grateful for my soft bed, my blankets, the birds chirping. If it's late enough, I feel like I wake up quite often and it's still dark outside, especially this time of year. But gratitude is super powerful. It can be a powerful mindset shift. Um, and you can be grateful for things you currently have, and you can be grateful for things you haven't even experienced yet. So, some people talk about it as a manifestation technique because your brain doesn't know the difference between what it's experiencing and what it hasn't yet experienced. If you think about it in your mind, it's the same. So, I think that's kind of interesting. So, I would highly recommend starting your day with even just one thing that you're grateful for, and then layer on some of these other skills. It That alone is a game changer, guys. If you get nothing else out of this, try it. And try it for, you have to be consistent. I always say that with these skills, but just see if it creates any even subtle shifts. The second thing I'm going to recommend for a calm morning is actually a strategy I'm going to talk about in helping calm yourself at night before bed. And that will be another podcast, like for an evening calming routine. It's that 5 4 3 2 1 grounding strategy. Using your senses, you can tie gratitude into this if you want to kind of combine these. Right after you wake up, where you're still kind of in that theta alpha state. So don't check your phone yet. Don't get pulled into any stressors of the day. Don't let that chaos begin yet. But if you can name 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, and even one emotion you feel, I think that would be really helpful and interesting to see if you're already feeling emotions right away. Just the awareness and self compassion can really be helpful. So try to do that before you even get out of bed. This works because there's a concept in dialectical behavior therapy called wise mind. That is the balance between the emotion mind and the logic mind. They're balanced together. So if you can start your day in that wise mind state, you're grounded and in the present moment. You are not going to react to the stressors that occur. You're really going to respond from that place of wise mind. Your nervous system isn't already running on the stress hormones that occur with stress. If there's traffic, if you spill your coffee, if you get a tough email, if someone cuts you off in traffic, all the things that can happen right away, you're able to come from such a more grounded, secure place because you've started your day off already accessing that wise mind state. Think of it as like a morning workout for your brain. I think about it like stretching. An athlete may stretch before a game. You're bringing attention to your physical muscles. This is the same thing for your brain. The beautiful part is that once you know the practice, it can be a beautiful reset that you can use throughout your day. So if you notice yourself beginning to feel overwhelmed, if you notice, I don't know, even three things you see, two things you hear, one thing you can touch or one emotion you feel, it's instant grounding and it can help you reset. So I want this to work for you. Figure out how it can work for you. Maybe if you set this as your intention before you fall asleep, I've heard that the way we wake up is the same. I guess the state that we wake up in, the emotions we're feeling, is the same that we have as we fall asleep. So if you can set this as an intention before you fall asleep, you'll wake up with that same intention to feel calm, to feel grounded, to handle overwhelm with more grace, things like that. I think that can be really helpful to you. I also want you to be able to build this into a full routine. As you learn more of these skills, I want you to be able to create a calm routine. So the morning is very powerful and it can be even a more effective part of, a complete calm routine that you have throughout the day. And research shows that people thrive on predictable routines. We all need that structure. And this can help you manage your emotions throughout the day. So maybe you start with gratitude. Maybe you start with the 5 senses of grounding. Maybe it's just a check-in with your emotions if you just do that one emotion that you feel. I start my day off with gratitude and some breath work. That's the way I do my grounding. I can use that as my check-in. And again, it's using the senses. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is just a more simple, broken down way to do that. It's not as abstract, it's more concrete. I also want you to be mindful throughout your day. As you drink your coffee, maybe you feel the warmth of it, the smell of it, the feel of it, the taste of it, all the things that can really help you not only be grateful, but also remain grounded. It's just being mindful, right? It's being in the present moment. So maybe you pull that into the middle of your day as you're working, as you're going to school, whatever it is that you're doing, reading emails, writing emails, checking in with yourself pretty regularly. What is it that you're feeling, but also what is it that you need? Do you need to get up and stretch? Do you need to get up and move your body? Do you need some extra breath work? Do you need some music to help you reset or shift an emotion that you're feeling? Use all of these tools. I'm pretty sure you guys are starting to get a lot of these skills and be able to put them together and create your coping kit or your calm down routine, whatever it is that you want to call this. And I think those things are going to help you transition through the different parts of your day, especially as you learn to master them and kind of harness them so that they really serve you and are supporting you to be your best throughout the day. In the evening, I usually do a check-in when my kids get home from school and with me. I usually step outside, notice the environment outside, the temperature. I really like to ground my feet in the grass in my backyard. I go out there and I sit with my dogs. Pets can be really powerful in helping you de-stress and reset. And sometimes I just do cloud watching, which I don't think I've talked that much about, but just notice, right? It's just an awareness practice. I just watch the clouds and I try not to be consumed by my thoughts. I really let them go and just be in that moment, maybe petting my dogs, feeling the breeze, whatever it is. At the end of my day, I try to do a wins list, and this can be great for you. Even if you just reflect on the positive moments of your day, we Our attention or our focus goes where our attention is. So if we're focusing on the bad parts of our day, the drama, I can't believe these bad things happened, that's how we're going to be consumed with those pieces of our day. You can mindfully, consciously decide to focus on the good things that happen as well. That is what my wins list is about. And my husband and I have a practice of doing this, and I do it with my kids as well. Tell me one great thing about your day. Tell me something fun that happened today. Tell me something amazing from the day. And that's kind of how we do our check in and connect in the evenings. That can be really powerful. So, my wins list is literally that. I take out my journal, I write down any wins I have for the day. This is especially helpful when I've had a bad day and I think nothing good happened during the day. I don't have anything to be positive about. It's amazing the shift. It helps me feel successful even on days where I've really messed up or I've made bad mistakes or I'm feeling really down on myself. What went well for you today? Please try this. It's wonderful. It's a great mindset shift, but you can also go back and review it. When the times are really difficult for you to get through, you can think of, I had these really difficult days and I made it through and all of these good things happened. So it helps you hold the concept of dialectics, the good with the bad, right? You can feel bad and you can be aware of the positive things that happened. So this practice rewires your brain to look for the good, even on really hard days. So it can help you create a routine out of these skills and use these skills to kind of stick and improve your well being as you create a practice out of them. The strategies are intended to help you feel capable, strong, and calm. They're nothing you should do. They are strategies if you are aware of wanting to improve your life and wanting to create some small, subtle shifts to improve, to increase your emotional well-being, to increase your mental well-being. And I do always say start small. Try one strategy at a time. Wake up and try the gratitude practice each day for 1 week. The next week, maybe you layer on the wins list because that's probably the second most powerful that I would recommend. Maybe the third week you implement something, the grounding strategy, maybe in the middle of your day or before you go to answer email, something like that. Be honest with yourself and what is actually improving and moving the needle, what actually helps. Not every technique is going to work for everyone. You need to experiment and find out what genuinely makes you feel better, what brings more calm and happiness to your day. I've said many times, I teach skills to help you stay calm and happy. Journaling at first felt like a chore to me. I really wasn't into it. Some people did it just to clear their head or work through the difficult. I found a way to tweak it so that it served me. By writing down the positive things, I realized I'm more focused on the positive things in my day. So that's how I use journaling. So I know this can all sound great. I want you to be able to use these skills so that they work for you. If your morning is really chaotic and you really don't think you're going to stick to a routine, I have some recommendations. Consistency. Even if you just practice one of the skills each day, even for just a few minutes, it doesn't have to be perfect. 2 minutes of grounding is better than 0 minutes. My husband tells me this when we work out in the gym. I'm like, well, I did 5 minutes of weights. It's better than 0. So any progress, any momentum in the direction you want to go is a win. Count it, write it on your wins list. The other thing you could do is create visual reminders, sticky notes on your bathroom mirror, the wallpaper on your phone. I have one of those calendar alerts, timer resets. I've shared with you that I have breathwork reminders every single hour on my phone. When it goes off, I stop, I take deep breaths. It helps me reset. And then my whole day, I'm constantly resetting. My nervous system is being regulated continually. So I'm never really thrown off by anything major. The other thing I do for a visual reminder is I keep not a Sharpie, a dry erase marker in my bathroom, and I write on my bathroom mirror encouraging statements, my morning routine, my PM routine, the things I want to accomplish. This is not a to-do list for me. I want to be clear about that. Sometimes I do that too, but it's my calm routine for morning, midday, and evening routine. These are the things I want to do, whether it's legs up the wall, it's maybe some yoga. It's usually things like meditation, breath work, gratitude, visualizing, all that kind of stuff. And one of the other strategies you can do is habit stack to make this a part of your already existing routine. So if you stack these new routines with a habit that you already do, maybe it's doing the five senses check-in right after your alarm goes off, or maybe as soon as you pick up your phone. Maybe you do deep breathing while you're making your coffee, right? Coffee takes a minute to brew. Maybe it's gratitude while you're brushing your teeth. I'm so grateful that I have teeth to brush. It could be something as simple as that. Attach new habits to already established ones. That's how we build on our routine and make improvements in small ways. Another strategy is to reward your effort, not the outcome. I really struggled with this for a long time, so I'm going to repeat it. Reward effort, not the outcome. I put in a lot of effort into putting good into the world and giving people skills that I think they need. I don't see any reward from that yet. That's okay. I want to keep going because I never want to give up on putting more good into the world. That is who I am. That is what I'm going to continue to do. So if you can acknowledge when you use these strategies, even if they don't work perfectly, like maybe I noticed I did my breathing when I felt frustrated before that meeting. I made an effort to do something because I had the awareness. Reward yourself for having the awareness. That's a huge step. Once you have the awareness, that's everything because now you know what you can do about it. So that's huge. Reward yourself for that. That's a big one. Be patient with yourself. It does take practice to build new habits. And this was interesting. Recent research says that it takes anywhere from 18 days to something like 254 days, maybe. So that comes out to an average of about 66 days to build a new habit. Don't give up after 3 days. Sometimes it takes us 21 days to build a new habit. I would say try it for a week. I know I'm not consistent with building a new habit after 1 week. It takes me at least 3 weeks. So find out what that is for you. Don't give up if you miss a day. Reset. Try again the next day. It's okay. And finally, adapt this to your life. Use the resets that are already part of your day. I had a series, I believe, this past summer over micro moments and how to kind of leverage the micro moments that are already built into our day to implement some of these new strategies. So even if it's walking from one meeting to another, leverage that. Use that as a mini reset moment to do breath work as you walk, or do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding strategy, or just start naming things around you that you're grateful for. That's an awesome way to begin to implement these habits in little ways that are totally doable. All of these will set you up for more peace in your life, a calmer day. You will be more powerful. You will be more emotionally regulated. You have the power to reset yourself and come from a calm, happy place where you truly respond mindfully instead of reacting. And I did it. So I know you can do it. It took me a while. It took some practice. It took a lot of self-compassion, which I also had to learn. And I will talk about that another day. So If you know anyone that could use more calm in their life, feel free to share this with them, because it is always my wish that this helps improve lives and it helps improve the world. So until next time, cope well. I got cut off, but I hope everybody copes well. Take care, guys.